The Longans are ripening in my Modesto, California Zone 9B garden. For those of you that don't know, Longans are a delicious tropical fruit that originated in Southeast Asia. Hi, my name is Jeff, the Tropical Garden Guy. Today we're going to do a quick harvest video and do a taste test of the Longans that I have growing in my backyard. But first, if you like this channel, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Comments and questions, leave them in the comment section below. I do my best to get back to everybody with their comments and their questions. So let's take a look at the Longans I have growing, and we'll do a quick discussion and a taste test. So for a quick recap, for those of you that haven't seen any of my Longan videos, I have this Longan tree. It's probably, let's see, it's on the south side of the house. It's probably, I'm going to go with 25 feet tall. Last year, I had quite a bit of fruit. This year, not so much, and the fruit is a little bit smaller. Not sure why that is. Probably too much fertilizer, believe it or not. Could be the heat. But yeah, the Longan tree that I have growing here has been here for about, I'm going to go with 8 to 10 years, maybe a little bit less, and it produces a lot of delicious Longan fruits. For those of you that are kind of curious as to the frost tolerance, this tree, once this size, doesn't seem to be damaged by the cold very much. As a matter of fact, this tree seems to be about as hardy as a Hass avocado tree. Taking temperatures, this tree is taking temperatures down to about 25 with zero damage. Now you got to remember, a Longan tree is a bushy tree, and when the tree is young, it's kind of leggy, and the cold can attack it a lot more. So a young tree will probably get damaged by temperatures just barely below freezing, whereas a big tree such as this, with such a great canopy, just doesn't seem to be bothered by the cold. The heat doesn't bother it as either, and it doesn't require a lot of particular fertilizer. I do use a little organic fertilizer, but if you take a look at some of my other videos, I discuss what kind of fertilizer I use. But we're going to do a quick taste test, and like I said, the Longans are a little smaller. Here's a small cluster, and they're smaller, but some of them are bigger, and we're going to pull some off. There's some right there, and we're going to taste them. So I have to be careful because you guys, as you guys can see, there's my wife way down there. I'm way up into the tree, and I'm on a ladder, probably 10 feet up on the ladder. And let me see if I can get a good example of how big this tree is. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to pull some fruit off, and we're going to do a quick taste test. Let's see, where do we got some big ones? There's a couple right here. Now, usually when I cut Longans off, I'll use a pair of shears, because you don't want that. If you're going to store them, you don't want to tear the skin. But here's a couple ripe Longans, and let's try them out. I'll come down off the ladder though. So here we have my 2 Longans that I picked. Now, I will pick some more Longans a little bit later, but I want to test it out and see how if they're ripe. I haven't tried them yet this year, but what you got to do is, you can see the skin is quite leathery. A lot of people wanted to know what the texture was, so we peel it off, and the texture is very juicy. It's kind of like an eyeball has been described. There's a single seed in the middle, and there we go. So we're going to give it a quick taste test and see if they're ripe. Yeah. Now, the taste is like I want to say like a grape, a little more fruity, a little more vegetative, but very refreshing, crisp, kind of like 7-Up. That's the best way I can explain it. So there we have it. It's got a seed in the center. Now you can plant the seed, but if you do plant the seed, it takes forever for them to produce a good tree. Better to get a Longan tree already air layered from a tree that's known to produce good fruit. It'll cut your time in growing to fruit in probably about 3 years. It takes about 3 years from an air layer to get fruit. So that's it. My name is Jeff. If you like this channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget the notification bell. Comments and questions, leave them in the comment section below. I do my best to get back to everybody with their comments and their questions. You have a wonderful day.